tough when you have such a sort of volatile depth chart.
It is. It's very tough, because the problem is sometimes it's all things are almost brand new every day. You know what I mean? And that is the challenging part. It's we got to keep things very, very easy, because if a pitcher changes sometimes for these young guys, it sort of blows their mind. You know what I mean? And it's been a little challenging with those guys, just teaching them every day, even the basic of things. You know what I mean? And they're just trying to learn. Once you get to a point where you've learned things, now you can let your instincts kick in and start to develop football instincts, and we're not close to that right now. You know what I mean? We're still teaching, what we're doing and what they're doing, and it's almost like you got to re-go over everything every day with these young guys, as you would, someone who's new to something.
Coach has talked a lot.
He put stuff in pass rush wise in that last drive.
Yep.
You see it pay off.
Yeah, it was great. You know what I mean? We knew, Darian and Eli have talent. They can create mismatches speed-wise with offensive tackles. We see them in practice all the time. We send those guys to one-on-ones. You know what I mean? Against our offensive line, they do a good job. And we have a very good offensive line, I think. So we knew that coach's biggest thing, and probably the biggest thing I've learned from him, is it's a personnel game. You know what I mean? And you've got to get your best players in the best positions. And when we get into a situation like that, if we can put those two guys on the field at the same time, if they're our best two rushers or two of our four best rushers, then we got to get those in positions that they can be successful.
Coach has talked a lot about eye discipline and gap integrity.
Yep.
Has that progressed as the season?
Yeah, the eye discipline was a little bit better. The gap integrity was a little off on Saturday. The thing is, you watch it and you're like, you're close. And like almost every play was like one guy. You know what I mean? One guy. And the thing with us, and especially last game, is we got them to second and long and then gave up a play. We didn't get ourselves into third downs enough, or third downs that were advantageous to us, you know what I mean? And, just two off the top of my head was, we had them 2nd and 10, we hit a tackle for loss, maybe 2nd and 13, and, they run an easy zone play, and just one guy skipped his gap, and it we hit a first down, where we could have been 3rd and long, got ourselves off the field, we go up 3 scores right there, game's over, you know what I mean? Then another time we make a 2nd and long stop, and we get the face mask on Travis, you know what I mean? So it's just like every snap, there's one thing or one guy, and we got to continue to hammer these guys. Hey, we need 11 guys just doing their job and being on the same page.
When the game ended, the camera was focused.
Yeah.
You heard from people about your.
Yeah, just it was relief. And just happy for those guys that. Even though the game wasn't pretty itself, that we did what we had to do. We made a play when we had to make a play, and we got out with the win, and that's the most important thing.
What goes with being in the press box and being on the sideline? Which ones do you prefer?
I've always been on the field. I like being on the field. I get to kind of feel the emotion of things a little bit and see where some of the guys are at. And it's like, we got to stay away from something here, or we got to force the issue a little bit and go, from that standpoint.
I was going to ask you the same thing Jim did. You spend so much time at your job, so much time with these kids. That's kind of everything that sort of hit you at once. That wasn't far from perfect, but they were rewarded. And that kind of lets out the emotion.
And with these young kids, I mean, I think the latest one is we have 13 true freshmen or freshmen in our 22 player 2D. You know what I mean? That's so scary. You know what I mean? But with them, it's just got to be growth. You know what I mean? We got to shut out all the outside noise. You know what I mean? And whatever's said, whatever's written, whatever it is, hey, it is what it is. It's not going to be a statistical year for us. I get that. You know what I mean? That is what it is. We got to focus on getting these guys better week by week, because there are some games I believe we can win on the schedule without a doubt. You know what I mean? And as we continue to progress with this group of young guys, I think that'll bode well for the future.
Do you find yourself having?
Syracuse lost their receivers, but they seem like everyone else is back and they play so fast.
Yeah, I think.
What are the challenges?
Yeah, I think with them, it's they're in year 5 with Coach Babers now, or something along those lines, and whether they did lose some good skill, they also have a lot of good skill still, But you're seeing right now with them the benefits of now being in that system for 5 years. You know what I mean? Where we're still working through everything with ours on both sides of the ball a little bit. You know what I mean? You see now they were 4-8 last year. You know what I mean? But now you hit that year 5, and now they're starting to click a little bit, and that's the continuity piece, the systems are in place, things are starting to run themselves, and that's when you start to see teams have success.
You have to kind of temper expectations because of everything, or do you take the other approach that, no, we can't look at it that way. We have to approach it as if we have a veteran team. How do you kind of weigh those when it gets
I think, and listen, I've had veteran teams before, and it's always, hey, hey, for me, it's always been one day at a time, one game at a time, and that's all you can focus on. You know what I mean? I'm not smart enough to look ahead. You know what I mean? It's got to be, hey, what are we going to do today to get better? What do we do tomorrow's practice to get better? What are we going to do on Saturday to be better and go win this football game? Because, again, Coach said it today. If you don't expect to win a game, no matter who you're playing, then don't get on the bus. You know what I mean? And that's the approach it is every day. We understand where these kids are from an experience standpoint, but we're also going to hold them to the standard that we have. You know what I mean? It's not, this isn't spring practice. This is the season. We got to go. You know what I mean? The game is coming, and we got to prepare them to win a football game.
Eli is a junior, but he's played parts of 4 games in 4 years before this year. Are you seeing the rust kind of shake off with him a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I think, Eli's a guy who, if you could just cut him loose and let his physical attributes take over, I think that's where he has his most success. So, and a kid like him, he just needs confidence. You know what I mean? As all these young guys do. And if they start to believe in themselves a little bit more, you'll start to see some better things from them, performance-wise.
James Atkins, he's a 5th-year guy and he didn't play a lot his first 4 years, but what do you think his impact on this defense is, maybe off the field?
Yeah, I think it's, James is a quiet guy by nature, you know what I mean? He's going to lead more by example, but I'll tell you what, James, he's actually gotten a little bit more vocal, which has been nice, and when he's in the game and when he's on the field during practice, he does a really nice job for us.
Have you found yourself trying to learn on the fly a little bit, maybe make adjustments? Because typically, we're back at Nova, 3-3-5 stack, new philosophy here, or is football just football?
No, it is. It's an adjustment, without a doubt. You know what I mean? Being in the system that we had for, almost, 12 years, whatever it was, that almost started to run itself, you know what I mean? And it was, pick what you want here, pick what you want there, you know what I mean? That was in place. And now we shifted gears a little bit, so we're still, trying to pick some pieces from this, from that, to see what, can fit and these guys can do, more importantly.
What's been the hardest adjustment with that?
I think guys just, again, it's just the consistency in guys seeing that same picture every day and, and hey, this is my job, this is what I have, but if it doesn't look exactly like that, what is my reaction to it? And I think that's the biggest thing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.